half at St James's Park. Rebecca Lowe, Tim Howard, Robbie Mustoe. Robbie, what is happening out there?
Two things. I'll try and be quick. The manager, Christian Stellini, changes the system to a back four, 4-3-3, that they haven't played. We checked in over a year, a back four, in this game, in this important game. So I think we saw in the first 21 minutes absolute shambles as trying to play as a back four, trying to hybrid, having midfield players trying to come back at certain times. Disaster. 24th minute, he makes a change back to the five that we kind of expected. And the other side of it is the players themselves. Yeah. I mean, some of the giveaways, some of the lack of fight and the mistakes is quite honestly embarrassing, shocking. It's
hard to decipher what's the bigger story, Newcastle or Tottenham.
It's Tottenham right now because Newcastle are flying. They're doing what we expect them to do. I mean, Tottenham, forget Stellini for a second. He set him up in the wrong way. I agree with that. These players, as you mentioned, there's no fight, no commitment. It doesn't hurt to... This has been all season. It doesn't hurt them individually to concede goals. Until that happens, you'll continue to concede goals. Today, if that's me out there, and I've been there, and I've been on teams, forget what the manager says. Forget what the manager says for a second. They haven't been able to match up man for man in transition. Right. They're outnumbered. That has nothing to do with formation. That's football. Football says you don't get caught at the back man for man or down numbers. It's simple.
Antonio Conte made that rant, and there's a lot of fact in that. A lot of truth in what Antonio Conte said. You're seeing it here today. Tactics, you know, being what they were, still, like, the way that was accepted, it's incredible. And by the way, Newcastle, brilliant finishing. Is that what you're going to ask me about Newcastle?
No, I was going to ask you if Stellini can survive. We ain't got time. Let me have a look at the Geico first half highlights. Well, obviously, it's just goals, 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 Tim.
Yeah, it is, and it started early here in the second minute. Just see how easy it is for Joelinton just to skip past three players. Gets a shot away. It's a save from Lloris. Jacob Murphy on the doorstep. He's not going to miss from there. But we have highlighted Ivan Perisic here. He's the left fullback in the back four. He checks his shoulder. He knows that that's his man. He just switches off. Just switches off. Simple as that. There's no responsibility taken from these players in every single moment, in every single action in the first half. Very similar. An inside-out run from Joelinton. Easy skips around. Hugo Lloris doubles the lead 2-0. Just watch Pedro Porro here. Never once checks his shoulder. He only has one man. That's all he has. In behind, he takes the easy way out, sticks his hand up for offside. Never in a million years. 2-0.
Well, at this point, we are out of our seats, and it's 2-0 in 6 minutes, and then we don't sit down again.
No, and again here, a ball's trying to be played into midfield. Look at the space available for Newcastle United going forward. It's a brilliant finish, and we've got to say some of the finishing from Newcastle was absolutely fantastic. Jacob Murphy. Perisic, your fullback, way out of the game there. He's out of the game, so Højbjerg has to go over to cover. He's got his arms by his side. Tons of space here. I mean, even still, that is a stunning strike where Lloris, I don't know, nowhere near it.
Two more.
Again, it's a similar theme. Fullbacks forward. Only two defenders back there for Newcastle. They still can't pick up Isak going forward. It's a brilliant ball, isn't it, in behind for Alexander Isak, who's loving life right now and gets in behind. That was for 4-0. Again, great work. This is great work. We shouldn't forget that. There's some really good attacking play, given the spaces. They did an amazing job with it.
Some Spurs fans were leaving at 4-0. It's the worst half of Premier League football they have ever seen. Unsurprisingly, Spurs have never been 5-0 down at the break. An absolute shocker. I'll ask you the Stellini question at the end of this game.